Alright, so I have this music video here, and where's my keyboard at? I want to see how they actually made it. This is how I would review um, videos, movies, TV shows, whatever, to see how it was actually edited. So,
Last time you saw this person.
so off the bat,
Fuck you, bro. You gotta call my lawyer right now. You wasting your time, man.
can you see this in full screen, please?
Oh, good to see you, man.
Alright,
Been
first,
waiting on you.
feels like it was shot in a high shutter. It looks like they have a like maybe an after effect or something. It feels like in the background they just did like a shout depth of field. You can see the makeup. It looks like looks good actually, but it feels like it has a blur on it also to blend it in more. This was clearly just shot with a like a gimbal outside of a car or something. The flicker effect. Let's look at the flicker effect again. Wow, that's pretty cool. So like using like, it's pretty cool. It's just black and white colors. You see this right here. Go back. Go back. So they're using what is known as a smooth zoom effect. So watch it. It goes from being well, it's a smooth zoom in effect. So it goes from being 100%. That's even cropped in, but it's scaled at 100%. Then maybe 200%, if not 3, maybe. Definitely around 300%. Then they zoomed into the overlay, which is like this weird color pattern, and then they're still zoomed in on his face, and then they zoom out. So I don't think it might not actually be a smooth zoom. Yeah, okay, smooth zoom effect. Go back. So 300, maybe 200, then 100-ish. Because you can see by the quality of the actual video footage, one, it wasn't shot in 4K. So I'm guessing they used a Canon. Second, it was definitely shot on Canon. I'm calling this shit Canon. So they went from it's hard. So I don't think they use a full frame either, or even if they did, doesn't matter because they actually cropped in on this footage right here. It's cropped in. Again, I think it's the same shot. Go back. Go back. Go back. Something I'm just going to assume that it's pretty much the same frame. Not the same frame, but it's just the same. It's in the same exact scene. And they just cropped in. They changed the lighting on it. Remove the shadow. And again, they're using the zoom effect, the transition between scene to scene. That's a smooth zoom. And it feels like now they use a gimbal. it's clearly like either a Ronin or one of like 3-axis stabilizers, so the camera doesn't move. So they added the actual shake inside the post. And then as he raps, they had the overlay, this red overlay, to help transition and point your eyes into certain aspects of the video. It's pretty cool. Okay. Watch. And also, watch the framing of this. Look at this. Chris is he's like on the left, right? And now, he's like almost centered. On top of that, he's now in the background. This is pretty cool. Let's see it again. You see that? He just transitioned from the black, white, 3 different colors, which really helps tell your eyes. And right here, the way they do this, not that. So between frame to frame, they either use keyframes or they just they use keyframes. They just zoom in or scale in and scale back out. So you just use keyframes. And if you do it right, it'll create that motion, like that fill of motion blur. Because playback, as he's scaling in, you're changing the whole composition of the video. And you scale back out, it creates that motion blur, that feeling of camera shake. Wait, go back. Go back. Can we go back? Okay. Wait, go back. Here we go. Watch this. You saw that? Watch this again. She whips in, right? They're scaling in on this. They scaled in slightly, right there, to give that effect. Then they use her, whatever's in her hand to transition back. That's so fucking cool. And push in, go back. And then right here, you see that? That's an overlay. So they basically they probably duplicated the actual video, this clip right here, and they have one on top of they're stacked on top of each other. They have one video is playing faster than the other. The overlay footage is playing slower. And you know it's playing slower. Whose hand is that? Her hand? Yeah, they're killing the overlays though. And it's almost like morphing her body. They do another zoom in. They transition out. Smooth, right? Oh, turn the audio back on. Sorry. So they're using a lot of overlays to create this. The overlays are mainly there to direct your eyes. Notice when they come in, and also notice the framing. Now watch this. This is already scaled in. This is why it doesn't have that much detail on her face. They scaled it in, and this is how you know. This is why you shoot with 4K cameras, right? Now, preferences, Canon doesn't have 4K besides in the 1DX, which is overpriced. Great camera, overpriced if you just want 4K. But this is why you need 4K video, because when they would have cropped into her face, she would have still had like full resolution, at least 1080p. And let's go back. So notice this. They're already cropped in. Then they quickly crop in more to start the zoom effect. Now they're zooming in about at least 300 to 400% in this picture. Once again, to their little what do you call that thing? It's like an adjustment layer, or it could just be a clip in this case. Back on him, zoom out. That's what a smooth zoom does. Hit that again. Watch. That gives you that bang effect. Play it. Because you don't see those micro, like they're zoomed in, what, maybe 10% if that. But that's just enough to give you the bang without actually adding a motion blur. Watch this. Watch the framing on this. Go back. Sorry, y'all. Just watch how everything is framed up. Let's go up. Let's zoom back further. Where's my mouse at? Look at these two. Watch where they were at position in the frame. They're like centered. They're like centered in. But then this one, they changed the perspective of the camera also by looking up at them. Then this, what do you call it? They changed clips completely. No, they didn't. They didn't change clips. They changed the position of the video. And they zoomed out. Because I told you, they're scaling in. Half of these scenes, they didn't shoot this close. You can tell. They scaled in. They repositioned the camera angle slightly. But it was probably shot at the same exact time. And the only thing they did was just crop out or scale out of it, show the other guy, and then reposition the camera where you still see. Brilliant. Brilliant. And they're still scaling in. They zoomed in on the capture. It's the small details. Look at this shit. It's the small details that really sell it. Look. to me, that whole little sequence, this feels like it feels to me that these rooms are not even connected to each other. I feel like they're two different rooms or two different cells, and they just mash them in together. Cause look right here. Hell yeah! Look, that's masked in. With pretty much, these are two different. These are two different rooms. Yeah, those are two different rooms. Well, look at the left hand of the left hand of the video. You see how it's starting to fade off? And the minute it fades off, watch. Watch how that wall became a fucking full wall. That's clever. Yeah, these are two different they're two different videos. They're blended in together. Looks so dope. Go back one. And then we have another transition. They do a sweep or a slide, like a right slide, and right into the scene. And you do that. Right, yep. And go again. I don't. Are these clips? Is this masked? I think this shit is masked in, but I could be wrong. I'm noticing the reflection, but then it goes dark. This shit is dope. This is a really cool video. Now notice this. Watch. Yeah, that's definitely masked in. Another overlay flash. Hold up. Excuse me 1 second. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Go forward slowly. A man gets on camera. He is in front of him. There are a lot of smooth transitions in this video. Once again, you saw the transition, right? The zoom effect. Another one. Yo, they are using this shit out of the zoom effect, but they're doing it in a creative way that people who are watching this video have no idea what the zoom effect even is. The smooth zoom. Go back. Yo, they are killing the scale also. This is how, what they're pretty much doing is they're giving you two different perspectives with the same shot, same lens, at the same exact time. You saw how it flicker, right? So they're doing the flicker effect also by not even really flickering to a different scene. They're flickering by like not even cutting a frame out. What they are? No, they're just zooming in and out, which gives you the same damn thing as like a flicker. Play that. You see that right there? They created that whole boom effect. When she does the split, then you have it flash to red. As it flashes to red, they're also scaling into the image, which gives you that shake feel. Because if you scale in and you scale out like a frame apart, or even like 2 frames, if you scale in and you scale out, it feels like everything is off. You know something just happened that shouldn't have happened. But in this aspect, it happens how it should actually happen, and it makes sense. That's just sick. That's how they made it. But if I close this out, right, and I go, sorry, let me minimize this for a quick second. If I go, where is it at? Edit. Now this video came out when? May 19th, 2017. I made this. I literally made this shit like this morning. I made this at 11:42 in the PM. This was posted 6 hours ago. First time I ever heard of this video. Now watch this. This was shot with my my Sony. See that? That's all the smooth zoom is. Or in this example, press play. Done. Zooms in smoothly, smoothly, smoothly. Done. That's what a smooth zoom does. I just made this shit last night, a few hours ago. But you just saw how simple transitions, how even the smallest details gives you the same exact effect that otherwise you would have spent so much time trying to do on set. The transitions were really smooth. They spent a lot of time editing this video. That's why it looks so good. And I just broke down some of the key effects that they did. They had did the like in the cell, when they went from cell to cell, and there was two different videos in the same exact like scene, whatever. You can easily do that by like just doing a mask. I would just show you guys, but I don't feel like it. You can just do a quick mask and you can whatever. But it's easy to do. It's time consuming as shit, but it's easy to do. This is a quality video because they took time on their fucking edit. This is why I stress the importance of fucking editing. Edit, edit, edit. Hey guys, edit.